Charles Makanyesa, Prof. Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, Research and Innovation, Dr. Victoria Erasmus, Center Director, IUM Sokopmund Research Training and Conference Center, who is also a board member of the NNF, Dr. Sioni Ikela, Dean of Faculty of Environmental Management and Sustainability, Prof. Morgan Hauptfleisch, Director of Research at the Namibian Nature Foundation, NNF, Ms. Frances Chase, NNF Director of Operations, and Mrs. Destiny Andreas, who is accompanying this important delegation. Dear colleagues, deans, professors, doctors of IUM present, members of the media, a very, very good morning to us all. My name is Gary Munyama. I am the Director of Stakeholder Engagement and Internationalization. I have the honor today to serve as your Master of Ceremonies at this very important occasion of the signing of a memorandum between the IUM and NNF. In brief, the purpose of the MOU is to establish a framework within which cooperation may develop between the parties. That shall be elaborated further. At this stage, allow me to invite Dr. Erasmus to give us a brief and background on the MOU. I thank you.
I'll operate on the established protocol. Good morning, everyone. My name is Victoria Erasmus, as introduced. I'm here to give you a brief overview or remarks pertaining to this Memorandum of Understanding between NNF and IUM. Well, this briefing here that I'm giving outlines the historical milestone for both the International University of Management and Namibia Nature Foundation, IUM NNF. So today, we are formalizing our partnership and reaffirming our shared commitment to collaboration, innovation, and mutual growth through this MOU, of course. Now, this is the first formal agreement between the two institutions, but it lays a strong foundation for the next step. By that I mean the long-term collaboration. What informed this MOU? You are probably wondering. Why did we decide to enter into this partnership? We are operating in the same space. When I say we, I mean IUM and NNF. Some of our staff members serve on the same committees, different committees obviously, and probably the most important is that we address similar research aspects, and we often participate in similar community engagement. Now, all these aspects highlight common interest and shared priorities. The two institutions contribute to effort aimed at developing Namibian human capital in the environmental sector. I'm just picking that one in particular, and also expanding access to practical training and international perspectives, thereby enhancing public awareness and participation in nature conservation, which is a core backbone for NNF. Now, this 5-year partnership is intended to provide a framework in which cooperation may develop between the two institutions. Such cooperation include collaborative research, conservation initiatives and sustainable development, capacity development activities, environmental education, research, and community outreach. Now, the MOU also covers shared facilities and joint grant applications. I'll not delve into those details because the MOU is quite elaborative. It's explaining what exactly is it that we are going to do. Aspects of student internship, aspects of co-authorship on different publications, aspects of sharing data, obviously within agreed upon framework. Now, I'd like to mention that we are already collaborating, although not formally. In February this year, NNF hosted a symposium focusing on the state of the marine ecosystem, and IUM was there. In fact, we delivered a presentation. In addition to that, both institutions have participated this last weekend in the commemoration of the World Ocean Day. So we were both there, and all these aspects show that we are operating already. We are collaborating. And currently, we are looking at some of the bursary opportunities to determine suitability for our students. In conclusion, I would like to just remind you that some MOUs are signed and just end up collecting dust. But that is not going to be the case here. We intend to fully utilize this agreement. In conclusion, this MOU will promote a creation of opportunities that will benefit both institutions and at the same time create opportunities for the communities that we serve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Erasmus, for that briefing. It is now my honor and pleasure to invite Prof. Morgan Hauptfleisch, the Director of Research at NNF, to give his remarks. Prof, please.
Thank you very much for the warm welcome from IUM side. So Dr. Vice Chancellor and colleagues from IUM, we feel very excited about the Memorandum of Understanding and the collaboration with IUM. I think maybe I must just start off with a little bit about the Namibia Nature Foundation. So we were established in 1987. So one of the older NGOs and one of the larger NGOs working in Namibia. Now, there's sometimes a misunderstanding about the word nature. I am a biologist, a wildlife ecologist, so I see nature, or I've been brought to see nature as being important that it includes people. And at the Namibia Nature Foundation, we believe that we look at conservation, but that conservation cannot happen on an empty stomach. So sustainable development in the country, having benefits for local communities from conservation, from wildlife, from sustainable livelihood practices is something that Namibia Nature Foundation supports. We also don't do anything alone. Everything we do is in partnerships with others. Everything. Whether that's with local communities, whether that's with universities, we work together. We recently started a research arm at the Namibia Nature Foundation. And the reason for that is that we sometimes forget that one of the most important interventions that we can have in this country is investing in our young people. And particularly my passion is in young scientists. We need to make our decisions based on sound science in this country. Then a country moves forward. So sometimes we forget that it's extremely important that we support young people in being our next conservation leaders, leading businesses, leading industry to be sustainable, to look after the environment and to look after people. And I think it's important to note that this partnership with IUM is important from a perspective of bringing together academia, and industry. And that's something that I think our research program at NNF makes it slightly unique. We try to be at the forefront between academia and practice, where industry is. Getting in interns, but making them aware of work practice and what's happening out there, looking at the community issues that there are. And that's the same with research. Our research focus is very much applied. In applied research, I mean, what are the problems the country faces in the environmental and conservation and livelihood sectors, and how can we apply our scientific knowledge in a way that it makes a direct difference. And I think that's the importance of having the partnership with IUM. We work very closely with NUST and UNAM as well, and with a number of international universities, some of them being globally leading universities. And we try and link that up. We try and link our local skills, our local knowledge, our local talent with some of the international community to really, really put us at a high level in terms of how we train people and the science that we do. So really happy to be here, and I think with the enthusiasm and the energy that Dr. Erasmus brings, we will no doubt not be putting this MOU on the shelf. I know that. So we are very happy to do that. And thank you very much for inviting us to this event.
One more round of applause for Prof, please. Thank you for those remarks and assurance that you gave us, Prof. It is now my honor and pleasure again to invite Dr. Andrina Unjombala, Acting Vice Chancellor and also PVC of Administration and Management, to the podium. Doctor, please.
Thank you so much, Mr. Munyama. Very good morning to our guests, our esteemed guests, our partners. Good morning, colleagues. Those coming from the media, thank you for taking your time to share our story about the beginning and the start of this very wonderful partnership. Indeed, today marks a very significant milestone as we formalize this partnership by signing this MOU. As indicated by Prof. and Dr. Erasmus, this highlights our shared commitment as both IUM and NNN towards advancing education, quality education, conservation, as well as sustainable development in Namibia. This MOU not only establishes a framework for cooperation between the two entities or the two institutions, but also focuses on collaborative research. I like what you said, that we need to make decisions based on facts, based on sciences. And that's what research is about, and that's why the collaboration and not working in isolation is about. Collaboration brings about research and data that can be shared to solve societal problems that affect us all. So that is a very good, a good initiative and a step in the right direction. This MOU also aims to build capacity within Namibia's marine and terrestrial environments. Together as NNN and IUM, we aim to foster innovation and academic excellence while addressing pressing environmental issues and environmental challenges. I also like the aspect of the fact that we cannot solve environmental challenges while ignoring the people that live within those societies, within that environment. We also need to build capacity of our citizens on how to conserve the environment or how to conserve the areas in which they live in. I like that aspect about people-focused research or people-focused initiative. Together as NNN and IUM, we aim to foster innovation through this MOU towards addressing some of these challenges that face our communities and solving community issues that affect us all. By signing this MOU, we, as both IUM and MOU NNN, it signifies that both parties are committed towards working together. I like the fact that Dr. Erasmus indicated that this MOU will not gather dust on the shelves. We are going to put whatever is in the MOU into practice, and that work is already being done behind the scenes even before signing the MOU. And that it testifies that we are truly committed towards making this MOU or this relationship and partnership work. As we move forward, let us continue to embrace the spirit of collaboration, the spirit of working together, the spirit of innovation, and working towards the aspects that are highlighted in the MOU. I believe together as NNN and IUM, we can make a meaningful impact on Namibia's environmental landscape, as well as contribute to education and the development of our future leaders. I like the fact that we are already looking into aspects of building capacity for our students, and also enabling our students to gain opportunities through bursaries, research, collaborative research opportunities between the 3 different institutions that you're already working with. Thank you so much for seeing IUM as a valued stakeholder and as a valued partner. We really do not take that for granted, that you see us as a partner that you would want to work with and towards contributing to the sustainable development of our country. We value this opportunity as IUM, and we really thank you. I believe together we can create a sustainable future for Namibia. I thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Dr. Njobala, Acting Vice Chancellor, for those assurances again. And really, let's give Dr. a round of applause once again. Now we are going into materializing the purpose of this important event, and that is the signing. I would therefore like to invite Mrs. Luciana Njebo, who is the Secretary of the IUM Governing Council, and at the same time serves in the legal department of the university. That alone tells you the attachment of importance to the MOU to facilitate the process of the signing of the MOU. Ms. Lucia, please. Signing on behalf of IUM is Dr. Hendrina Njobala, the Acting Vice Chancellor, and to be witnessed, of course, by Dr. Victoria Erasmus, the Director at the Swakopmund Research Training and Conference Center. Signing on behalf of NNF is Ms. Frances Chase, the NNF Director of Operations. No, no, the way. Well, signed and sealed. May I at this moment invite both Dr. Hendrina Unjobala and Mrs. Frances Chase to come and exchange the signed and sealed documents. And there, as well as their witnesses. Let's give them a big hand of applause. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Thank you very much. Signed and sealed. Lucia? I think it would be befitting for me to now invite Dr. Sioni Ikela, who is the Dean of Faculty of Environmental Management and Sustainability Sciences. I think it fits very well in this occasion to just give a word of thanks and appreciation. Doctor, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Munyama. Nowadays, they say for being intentional and with me. You see, this program is scheduled from 10 to 12. So now I have my time. So I will tell the poem about the environment. I will preach about the environment. Thank you very much for the opportunity to move a vote of thanks. But before I do that, I just want to say that when Prof spoke about the year that NNF was established, that was 1987. It was, I think, 4 years after it was discovered that in Namibia, wildlife have been discovering actually locally extinction. So elephant, I think in 1983, there were only 83 elephants that were left in 1983. So then the effort of conservation embarked upon to really rebuild the wildlife in Namibia. There were few rhinos, few elands, few lions. I think most that were left is in the area of Etosha and some desert lions. So, but as we speak, for elephants, for example, I didn't check the latest statistic, but I remember around 2022, we had over 23,000 elephants. So that is how effort of conservation actually help us to build up our environment and many natural resources. Now, with that said, I would like to thank first all of us, because the toughest agenda point in program is to move a vote of thanks, because some people would hold grudges that you did not mention them. Therefore, first, I thank all of us for making time to actually join this moment of conservation. You know, when you conserve environment, you conserve people, especially those of us who are a bit darker. We need the environment that will actually protect us from a lot of radiation. So NNF, thank you very much. Actually, NNF has been around when we were small boys at Polytechnic by then. NNF used to give us opportunity for internship and so on. Thank you for moving and pushing conservation effort throughout Namibia. Today, actually, it's a important moment that NNF and IUM has signed a memorandum of action. I'm putting action because we have now understood each other and we are moving into action, where we are going to do research, where we are going to do training together, community engagement, data sharing, very important. Nowadays, when people are doing research, we are suffering because people are stingy with their information. Therefore, for research to move forward, we need that understanding. And also to joint apply for grants, very important, because NNF is known at international platform when it comes to securing funds, so it will be easier if we are to write a proposal together. We have that expertise and it will be granted. I'm saying it will be granted. Collaborative research, very important. Nowadays, people want many brains together when you are writing articles because they really value collaborations. To our PVC and acting Vice Chancellor, thank you very much for that nice speech. Actually, that spoke a lot of important points about conservation and the position of IUM when it comes to environment. We are very serious when it comes to environment because that's why we have our small forest there. When we go out, just check on your right-hand side, we have a small forest there with the different types of biodiversity. And NNF, thank you very much again for coming. Media, thank you very much, because when you are broadcasting this, you are already contributing to environmental education. So occasions like this are very progressive, and the public out there who are our stakeholder need to know what is happening, especially in institution of higher learning, because we grow, we mold knowledge that we give to our people that must go out there and conserve. Now to, again, all of us, I think I want to cross off by saying all of us, thank you for coming. The message is it should not go and gather dust, but it should continue to be in action because it has been in action before it was signed and sealed. So have a great day ahead, but I'm not the one crossing off. So by thanking you, I am actually saying, let's go and work and contribute to the effort of conservation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Dr. Sioni. At this point, following on the those words of thanking us all, I would like to invite Dr. Unjobala, our acting Vice Chancellor, to present a token of appreciation to Ms. Franz Chase, the NNF Director of Operations, as a thanking you, closing off with a thanking you. Doctor, please. Very good. Please don't leave. Now I'm going to invite the witnesses, as well as I'm seeing a lot of my directors and professors sitting here and looking at me with the big eyes, that we also want a picture. Is history being made? I would invite everybody to come for a group picture. Witnesses first, and then Dr. Sioni, Prof. Makanyesa, and Graduate School of Business. Everybody, please, let's join the picture. This is history in making. The registrar, please. Dr. Frida, anyone who feel, please, we are making history. Let's take pictures. You know, don't forget we are out live there. So let's be seen. You say I put a green tie on just in honor of the day. You know, I don't know. Let them try.
Can I stand here? Okay.